Okay, this is what mental health has to say about you having your own BT. Now, what I told you know a lot lately is that when you have your own BT, people fuck with you solely. And being a rapper, and not being able to freestyle, is a big contribution. If you don't know, I'm a whole brother's channel. All right, lately to why the older brother has the intention to be athletic and out, so you won't be caught by simple things like freestyling. Anyway, lately, my BT revolves around remixes, really tough lyrics like Busta Rhymes, Ron Browns, including everybody, alright? But what ends up happening, right? Because when I got the Alpha and Omega, I had Arena and I had a whole bunch of other shit lately. So what this is, okay, is that there's two parts you don't understand about the situation. There's the Casa Fix, but the Casa Fix is, okay, literally they're there on the golden days when you have the middle edition, when you're getting 5150 regularly. They're even there when 5150 you get called out, alright? And what that means, right? That means they're there for your middle condition in its prime. But what I know about a gang is that they save up the right time when you get some good pussy. So what ends up happening is Trina ends up, contacting me a couple of times, Lily on Instagram, but her intention is unknown. Okay, Lily was he supposed to be working for the universal pool thing that's been going on? That's why it's official. All right, there's a whole bunch of shit. I was literally mainstream at the base in the radio, but what the meat is connected to is what mental health wants, because what the meat does, okay, Lily, is that they make sure they fuck you up inside, do the requirements of what is the bulk, this, and that. But the interior of what they want is they want to hold on, they want to play with their imaginary friend, or to catch you, off guard, slipping with the tongues, all right? I can't say HS right now in this video, I'm sorry, because the truth of it is, okay, Lily, they want, a high school reaction out of you, Lily. They want to sit on top of the roof, they want you to gather up all the understanding, and then when they hit you all at once, Lily. But what ends up happening is that they fall because you have a six pack, alright? Not entirely. What I'm trying to tell you is I know everybody, Lily, in the past had their dildo and daffy dough. Lily had their uncle tell them something, Lily. And so, Lily, when they come over, I'm like, bitch, Lily, I did the right thing. I played like under you, Lily. And you're still thinking about what your uncle told you. Lily, they're trying to do that and handcuff me. I'm like, fuck that, okay, Lily. But that's not the issue for Rio. The issue, for the video was one of the main things that people trap you in your own BET. Literally was back literally when I first got back literally when I was 28, from Alpha Mega with James, okay? Literally it was a golden day, in my channel history, because literally they were playing the South Park, the one where they're trying to sell the legendary porn, and Cartman's in a little blue hoodie thing, literally, and then Jimmy's like, you retards, literally, all that shit. And what ends up happening, right, literally, is that there's classic Soul Eater, there. Literally at 28 years old, literally still getting hot pockets from my mom, literally, and it's really infuriating. What ends up happening is, Kelsey does, pass up the whole story. But what ends up happening historically is that there's a specific episode of Soul Eater where, Kid is wearing white, the kid is wearing right, and he's shooting pistols, literally, at the Big Buff Pascal, literally, Black Star's there, literally, with his jersey, Maka's there. So side by side, simultaneously, literally, in the South Park episode, the green guy, the bully kid that's in 6th grade, that punks collar around, literally is there when they're riding on bikes, literally, then you hear the echo, him and James Robert were dancing for hella long, literally, so it goes there, literally, to golden days, literally, of the air road, when Steve still had that long ass blow against Troy, literally, when the pockets are still fucking in there, literally, when you still have your golden jacket shit, you know how to powder, you know how to do everything, literally, but your own BT and how mental health attacks in your own BT is right there, literally, the golden days of the air road, where you know everything, when you're an absolute rapper on the radio. And guess what? When it comes to India, in this video, all the way back, freshly, literally, when we're slapping, California girls, Katy Perry, mixed with Snoop Dogg. Guess what ends up happening? Lily C has her iPod, logging everything, how I tell you? And guess what's literally in the beginning of the opening of the movie from my legendary movie from Proud and Nada? Katy Perry, California Girls. There you go. There you have it. Lily, that's what being older does to you. Lily, that is the word. So how you got the reward flip, Lily. And the cringe roll of this and that really tells you about something. That's why I calculate Lily dying, a couple of times, in the video, and sarcastically, today, because of what people wanted from me, because they wanted me to, die in general, because I'm handsome, alright, Lily, so don't believe, the apple in the tree, saying that no one gives a fuck about this is not, Lily, when they're willing to use crowbars and shit to kill you, but they have a long-term plan, alright, that's just one thing, okay, so, what, okay, so, let's see, that's just one of the things, all right. I try to warn her brother. This is not only shit today, so I think we should stop where we're ahead, and don't get too cocky,